This conference will now be recorded.
Some people, yeah, because I'm not going to waste time. Yeah, so I think there is some topic we are discussing over the last week on our platform, and one of the major topics is marriage about tribe. So, and I want us to start with that right now. About two states in Nigeria was a guy, I think a guy or a lady text me and said I should throw in the question about tribe, that they don't want him to marry, they don't want the family of the girl to marry him. So I want us to share our own, because we started recording and we are going to send it. So I'll put in one or two words before the other topic. What do you have to say? What do you have to say about this in Nigeria right now? And immediately the person has a question. I think the issue of rape going on around and racist. So a lot of people are saying, okay, if you are saying you are going to yes, if you are saying your daughter or your son should not marry from this particular state, that means you are a racist. So there's been a lot of issues about that, and I think some of us are trying to gather ourselves and learn from all those things right now. So I think that's one of the things that we need to talk about. So I think we instead of me just doing the talking right now, let me pass the microphone to
Ayole,
Ayole
first of
first of
all.
all.
Ayole, do you
Do
have
you have
anything to
anything
say
to say
about
about
this?
this?
Definitely, you should have
Definitely, you should
something to
have
say.
something to say.
About what, sir? Just my network. Oh, hello, sir. Eh, you got a good one tonight,
Ayole, it's not,
sir. My network is bad.
Is that your that is your that's your background noise? There
there's
is
a
a
noise
noise
where
where
you are.
you are. Are
Are
you
you
okay
okay
now?
now?
Okay, Miss Bukola, let's have you while she fix up our network
Network.
over there.
Okay,
Okay,
Mrs.
Mrs.
Bukola.
Bukola.
Hello,
Yeah, we can hear you.
can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, concerning if we are to look at someone making a choice from another tribe, I think generally the issue of marriage is an individual thing. It shouldn't be our parents deciding for us. Our parents can actually guide us. as they have always done, but the decision is solely the is something personal, because they are not the ones that will live there with you, and they are not going to help you marry your husband or help you marry your wife. It is your choice and it is your decision to make. So whether it has to do with tribe or no tribe, as long as you are convinced about the step you want to take, you can go ahead and marry anybody. Where the parents now come in to, stand against it on tribal grounds, you should be able to let them know that this is your choice. It is your decision and not theirs. And I'm sure that if you have been able to have a good rapport with your parents right from time, it may not be too difficult for you to convince them. And where you are unable to convince them for one reason or the other, you might be able to also look out for one or two people in your family or their own clique of friends who can actually talk to them and make them understand things better. It's solely the people's decision, because whatever decision you make, whoever you choose to marry is your business. Whoever I choose to marry is my business. And of course, our parents have the right to counsel us, to advise us, but they cannot and they should not be the ones to insist on marrying from somewhere or not marrying from somewhere. I'll stop here for now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, let me quickly say this. You talk about parents, and I will the main issue now is, according to the story, right now, the parents are dead.
Okay.
So it's the family
The
now.
extended
They maybe
family.
the auntie of the one of the family. Yes, maybe the two parents are dead, of the one that don't want to support the marriage. So they are following the parents' instruction. So that is what making it hard right now. In Africa, we say, nǹkan tó kù bá ti sọ, we can't go against it. So the family, the hunting now, are the main issue. So the two parents are dead, but based on what their own experience, they're giving the order to the other sibling, they're hunting. So that is the main issue right now.
It still boils down to the fact
So
that
what
they
do
need to make the auntie understand. Their auntie needs to understand, or at least leave them to communicate with their dead parents and seek their consent, however they want to do it, or however the person wants to do it, to seek his or her own dead parents' consent to go ahead. And as long as the person is able to take his or her stand, I'm sure that there is no problem with that.
okay? Okay, we have somebody else in the house who has it gone. Okay, Ayole, do you want to say one or two things before we move on? Ayole, Ayole, the floor is yours now. Ayole, can you on your mic?
Okay, good evening.
Good evening, thank you.
Yeah. There's nothing much I really want to say. It is the decision of both parties. Like she should, maybe she should try talk to someone close to, maybe the auntie or a friend, family friend or something, to help them see a way out. Because really, marriage is an individual thing. Like it is not about a tribe. It's not about maybe a culture or something. It's individual. It's a step between the man and the woman. So I think they should just maybe be a little patient with the family and let the family see reasons why they want to go into the marriage and everything. My thoughts. Ah, network is bad.
Okay, I think your network is bad. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, somebody else has arrived. Thank you. Yeah, I see your name. Your name is Gloria. Gloria, thanks for joining us. God bless you as you join us. So this is how it works for the new people that are joining us today. You see, if you want to talk to us, if you want us to hear you, there's a microphone. There's a microphone in front of you. So all you need to do is just press that microphone, then you are home. We can hear you anytime you want to speak to us. I think that's how it works, and I'm going to show you in about a few minutes right now. While on that, let me welcome Mr. David. Mr. David Otitokolo. How are you doing today, sir? We want you to hold your mic. By now, you should know how you can hold your mic. All right. I think we are having a lot of issue this night with network. A lot of people keep going and coming in. So we are just going to relax today. We are really going to relax. I think network is really messing us up this night. And
Yeah, the
I don't
network
think we
is
should be
not.
having not helping on your side too, but it's going off and on over
Yeah,
here too.
I've just been going all around the house to find a place.
It is not easy. So I think we're just going to take it slow and relax this evening while we use this evening to welcome some new
Slow and
members and
steady.
people, yes, and introduce them so that they will not feel like they are lost. So we are just going to welcome them and see how it goes. The network is not really good this night, even in Lagos and Akure and everywhere. Mr. David, you are here now. We want you to hold your mic so that we can hear you speak. It would be nice to hear your voice. Gloria has arrived back. Thank you, Mrs. Gloria. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you for your time. Okay, you are on now. You can speak, Mrs. Gloria. We are listening. We just want to hear your voice. Just say hello. Hello, Miss Gloria. All right, I know you guys can see me now. So this is what I want you to do. As you can see me, there is a button here, down here, the microphone. All you need to do just press it and you can speak here. So nice to have you. Mr. David, I don't know what is going on over there. We're just waiting to hear your voice. So back to where we what we have been talking about. We talk about marriage between two. Now, okay, let's move on from that religion tribe and go to religious. Just yesterday, just last night, someone sent in a topic about that too. That can a Christian they actually said, can a Christian marry a Muslim? Mr. David, you on your mic. Okay. The person sent a question, can a Christian marry a Muslim? So I want to hear your point of view this night. Can a Christian marry a Muslim? I think we talked about it a few weeks ago, but tonight I think the person did not show up that day. So let's quickly talk some of those topics today. Why? Who wants to go now? Mrs. Bukola, can you? Mr. David. Okay. The network is so bad. All right, Mrs. Gloria, just on your microphone, want to hear your voice, and this is your first time, so we would like to welcome you. Gloria has left again. Okay. All right. Let's just take it easy this night. We having issue with network up and down. All right, Mrs. Bukola, just leave your microphone on so it won't be only me talking.
I've been doing
Everybody just going
backup
off
for you,
on.
right?
Yes.
Uh, Have you?
I don't know why. Okay, Gloria has arrived again. Just leave your mic on. Let's be talking about the issue. So about Christian and Muslim. I actually don't want to mention the Christian or Muslim. I just want to say between two religions. How do you think that can work for the new people that are joining us and for the person that raised the question? Okay, Dixon has arrived, so we're having more people in the house. I hope I hope
Um,
they will not
well, if we are
they will
to
not
go
have
by the norm, on a good day, it's good for anyone getting married to marry someone whose belief system is at least at par with yours. That is, it should be, even if not on the same level, you should be able you should be on the same page. You should be close enough so that there can be understanding. There can be mutual understanding when it comes to religion. And when you marry someone that religious wise you are divided, of course, that's the beginning of division in the home. But we also have people who are nominals, that they are not just deep in any of the religion. They are just peripheral. Let me put it like that. They are just surface. They operate at the surface level. So it's a anything. If
which
you
one
are in
is
the
surface?
if you are in the category of anything goes, you can marry anybody, and from any religion, because of course the religion is not as important to you as your decision to get married. So other things being equal, you will still get married and at least be able to live a good life. But I think most of the time what happens is, where somebody is a fanatic and the other one is a nominal, you may have crisis along the line, or the other one just accepted the other because of certain things that I may not want to tag. It could be anything that the person wants from the relationship that made him or her to settle for it. But mainly, when you have a genuine Christian and a genuine Muslim, hardly will you see any one of them want to go the other way, except for the fact that maybe one has the intention of taking over something from the other one, or just trying to prove a point. But when you remove some of these factors, you discover that every individual, by my own stand, should be able to live, with the consequence or the consequences of whatever choice they make. If, as a Christian, you choose to marry a Muslim, be ready to live with the consequence, which could be positive or negative. But the truth is, the fact that something works for Mr. A does not guarantee it working for Mr. B. And that it doesn't work for Mr. A does not mean that it won't work for Mr. B. So individuals should just at every point in time be able to make a decision and stand by their decision. That is the way I will look at the matter.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Bukola. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And thanks for people that are just joining us. Pastor Samson, you came in late. Mr. Dixon, my friend Gloria, thanks for joining us. Ayole, everybody, thanks for joining us. So there is issue on ground before you guys came in, and for like 10 minutes we have some network issues. I think that has resolved now finally. Glory be to God. We started from a topic that someone threw into our WhatsApp platform last week about marriage between two tribes in Nigeria, which a lot of us know that they will say don't go and marry from Osusu place or something like that. So this guy is a Yoruba guy, and the lady too is a Yoruba guy too. But there's an issue that okay, don't marry from this particular household or this particular tribe. And the problem now is it's not even the parent. The parent has made their own point known, but the two parents are dead. Now, the sibling of those parents, the auntie and the brothers, in Africa, they say the dead have said something, so we cannot go against what the dead have said. So now it's very difficult convincing this family to let these two couples get married. If it is parent, you can say, yeah, let's let's patronize them, let's do that and this, let's beg them. But now those ones they are not even the problem. Now they are listening to the dead, what the dead has said. So they don't want to go against, in Africa, there is a way this our culture. We can't go against what your father laid down. If you go against it now, maybe the spirit of your mother or father will be pursuing us that we allow this thing. In general, what do you have to say about it? And Mrs. Bukola said something before you guys came in, and I want to quickly open the floor for the next 5 minutes before we move to the next topic that you guys made us discussing about religions. Anything you want to talk about that? Pastor Samson Dixon, who wants to go first? Let me see anybody that wants to go first. Okay, Pastor Samson, you hold your
All
mic.
right.
Thank you for joining us.
Black Moses, yeah, thank you for having me tonight, and thank you for accepting my apology. For joining the meeting late. I've been in series of meeting back to back, and I just left one now, and I was like, oh, Cupid crush, I must join. So please, I accept my apology once again.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, I remember it was not last week or so that something like this was posted on the platform, and I made a lengthy as in contribution to it. Let me tell you, I think the question I want to ask here is who is going to be in this union? Is it the relatives or the couples that we are talking about? We are talking about young couples that are trying to start up a life. Now, all these people that we are talking about, they have already, gone into their own marriage and, whatever that they're doing, they should allow this young couple to decide on what they want for themselves. People should stop being myopic, as in trying to like, oh, because that's happened, something like this has happened in the past, where somebody from a different tribe married another tribe and something tragic happened. Sorry, we are talking about a situation where people are already as in averse to whatever that is happening with prayers, with supplication, with commitment. The person you are going into this courtship with, or you are going into this everlasting relationship with. I know I said it. I said this happens in a situation where parents already have a negative mindset about the tribe of the chosen partner. But now,
Yeah.
instead of you trying to solve that situation, okay, because they say one person is from the north and people in the north they are bad, then that means that whoever comes from the north is bad. No, it doesn't happen that way. And I gave I gave a little analogy of myself when my mom, growing up, she told me, said, "Oh, I wouldn't want you to go and marry somebody from the west. A Yoruba lady. If you want to marry, let it be somebody from your own town." It was a difficult thing for me to achieve at the point. And at the point, I went to my mom. I said, "Mom, sorry, I can't. In its time and age, I can't go to the village or wherever to go and be asking people who is there to get married or who. And now I'm in the city. It's very, very difficult for me to come in contact with somebody who is from my own hometown. So whoever that I bring to you, please, you just need to accept it." She was like, "Oh, whatever." Now, when it was now time for me to get married, God did it in such a way that the person that came, was so homely that before you could say Jesus is Lord, she was able, to buy the heart of my mom. And she had no other objection to it. She was even the one that was even like, "Oh, you guys should be fast and do whatever you need to do so that this girl can come home." And I'm telling you, till my mom died, my wife became a favorite of all the wives in the home. So we should stop being so myopic and trying to bring about one thing that didn't work for somebody in the past into what should work for people in the present. And we're talking about people going into a new home, a new future. Allow them. They say destiny is in your hand. Allow them. Let them go ahead and do whatever as long as they're able. They've prayed about it, and God has given them, that directive to go. Let them go ahead. You know, all we just need to do is to pray along with them and pray that whatever they are trying to do, or whichever home that they are going into, that God will be their shield. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Pastor Samson. Quickly, thank you for that. And I will quickly move to the next question because of our time. We almost spent 30 minutes. Before you know, now I don't agree with that. So the question that is on point, and someone sent me this one last night, he said, and I don't want to use the word Christian Muslim, but I'm forced to use it so that we all just get it. I want to say marriage between two religions. What is your own point of view about it? And I will go with, before I talk to Mr. Dixon, I want you to prepare yourself for this question. Marriage between two religions. Can a Christian marry a Muslim and vice versa? Gloria, please, I want to hear your voice. You're one of our new members today. I want you to hear your microphone so that the whole house will hear your voice. Mrs. Gloria, good evening to you. How are you?
I'm fine. Hello, good evening, everyone.
Everybody, please on your
Can
microphone.
you all
Let's go.
hear me?
We can hear
Good
you.
evening.
Can, can you
Not
hear
good to
me?
have
Evening and welcome to our midst.
welcome,
Okay,
Glo.
thank you very much. Okay, Samson, hi. Okay, my name is Gloria, and I'm very happy to finally join this meeting. I know Black Moses has been on my neck for months. Now, to buttress what Pastor Samson said, I'm Igbo, I'm married to Yoruba, and let me just digress a bit before I now answer Black Moses' question about Christian marrying a Muslim. I remember as a growing up child, my mom specifically was like, same thing that applies to Samson's mom, that, okay, nobody should marry Yoruba, all of you must marry Igbo. And then we were just going there, okay. I mean, we grew up with that mindset. And then our first son married a Calabar person. I said, okay, fine. Then my sister married a Rivers. I said, okay, fantastic. So my mom was like, no, no, no Yoruba in this house. How come all her children are marrying different tribes and blah, blah, blah. And the guy I married, I was a bit skeptical that would he be accepted. But like what Samson said, everything has to do with prayers, because I was like, God, the day they will finally meet this guy, let them just like him. And I remember we had water issues at home. My mom called me from work and like, the pumping machine is bad. There's no water. And blah. I just called my boyfriend. We don't have water out. Oh, really? So he stays in Lekki, and then he just bought jerry cans and filled the car with water, and he brought water to the mainland. So I like, okay, he picked me up and okay, let's go home. So when my mom opened the like, of course, Yoruba man, and he posted, good evening, man. Oh, my son, how are you? How are you? She was happy to see water. Oh, thank you. And then when the guy was like, Gloria, this is such a nice young man. Such a nice, I said, well, okay, okay. And then, I mean, I was happy that she just liked him, not even knowing what was going to happen. But I remember when I said, okay, you know that guy that brought water that day? That's the guy I want to marry. I said, are you serious? Okay, I like him. He's very quiet. Oh, very quiet. I mean, that was how God answered my own prayer. So I think as we now our own generation, we need the tribalistic thing is kind of is wearing out, because I can count on my tip of my fingers how many people are married to the same tribe. I mean, amongst my circle of friends, people just like, oh, I'm married to Calabar, I'm married to, as nobody is even batting an eyelid about it. So I think the whole thing has to do with you being prayerfully picking the right person, and then prayerfully turning to God that, okay, when this person finally meets my people, I mean, they should just, eat out of their palms, they should just fall in love with them. And I think with God on your side, that will definitely work. Now, to answer Black Moses' question about Christian and Muslim, I've had a series of friends too that were dating Muslims, and I'm like, my problem is the religion. For me, I have no issue about it. If you don't understand yourself, there's no issue. I mean, I have a friend that she said they won't do church wedding, they won't do nikai, they will just do court. I said, okay, fine. How about your children? They will pick whichever religion. I said, no, that is not, there's no harmony in that home. People should know what they're going to do, in this our world, if we even put Christianity aside or Muslim or our beliefs aside, it's difficult for each person or the other party to really fall in tune with the other party's religion. Because truth be told, unless the other person is a convert, maybe a Muslim convert or a Christian convert, then I think it might work. Because the Bible says that can two agree? Can two work together and say they agree? So if as a husband and wife, you don't even believe in the same religion, I've seen people that their marriage broke because of that. I'm not a prophetess of doom, but I'm just saying I think there should be a meeting point between the two parties before they can even tread that part of marriage. That's my own take on it. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Lovely to hear your voice. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, Mr. Dixon, quick one before we have another two topics to talk about. So, what do you have to say about that topic?
Yeah, thank you. The quick one I'll say is, well, good evening to everyone. Yeah, and the quick one I'll say is, there is nothing wrong with marrying someone from another religion, whether you marry a Buddhist or an Hindu or whatever religion it is. But I can tell you for sure that it must be that both of them are passive when it comes to spiritual things. But if they are active spiritualists, I'm telling you for sure the marriage may not last. It's just it. Like what Mrs. Gloria have said, can two work together without reaching an agreement? It's not possible. So you just consider them as a liberal or as a passive spiritual person. But if they are really deep into their own different religion, it's not going to work. Because, for example, the Muslim you're talking about agrees for a man to marry more than a wife. In fact, it is like a law. Like you need to marry more than one wife. But in Christianity, it's just one man, one woman. So there are differences in the spiritual beliefs, and it's going to break their home shake their home, if not break it, shake their home in the future. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else anything to say about that before we move on?
I just want to lend a voice, to
Okay.
this. God, those that have spoken ahead of me, they've said so much about it. And I also want to thank God for their lives. At least they were able to quote Amos 3:3, which says, well, I'm talking from the Christian perspective now, that can two work together except they agree. And that's a natural law. Outside the Bible, it's natural that two can't work together except there's an agreement. So if both of them are deep in their respective religion, I don't think it will work. It can't work out, except if either of both parties is looking towards something, to gain from the other. Probably maybe one of, the parties trying to convert the other one eventually to his or her own religion. Then if there is no undertone, even with that, it can work. It can work. It can work. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Cool. Thank you so much, Pastor Samson. All right, let's move to the next question. This one is very critical question. I don't know how we want to do this one. It said rape is going on right now in the world so much. So, and I want us to ask: can husband rape his wife? Can the wife rape the husband? At this point, let me just switch off my camera so nobody will see me smiling. Who want to go first? Can the husband rape his wife? Can
Hey,
the wife
Imagine.
rape the husband? Who want to go? And how do we manage the case between husband and wife so that husband will not rape the wife will not rape the husband?
Okay. For my personal opinion, I think in a situation where um the husband wants to have sex with his wife and the wife is not willing, and then probably the guy forcefully have sex with his wife, we can, if you want to look at what is meaning of the rape, it is having, sex with someone that without, the other party being participate giving what's it called? What's the English? Consensual sex or something like that.
Consent.
So
Okay.
consent. Thank you. So if the husband should go ahead and have sex with his wife without her consent, and we could what we are reading online, what we are hearing, and what we are looking now, they say it's rape because the lady did not give her consent. However, there is this clause that, or the beliefs that I don't know, I don't think it's an African thing, that they say the body of the woman belongs to the man. I don't think so. I'm not in that school of thought. And it's a thing that both parties needs to agree. I mean, sometimes women too want, like, okay, okay, come now, how far? And the guy says, I'm not in the mood. I've never heard of a woman rape a man, anyways. I mean, husband and wife. I'm not a boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm talking of husband and wife. I don't know about that. I don't even. I was trying to play it in my head. That doesn't work. But I know that I think when a woman says no, the husband should respect that fact. So okay, probably she's not in the mood thing. Maybe tomorrow will be better, or 3 hours later. Do you understand? That's my opinion. So I think when a man, a husband, has sex with the wife without her consent, it is rape. Rape is rape. I'm not a feminist though. I'm just saying, looking at it from the definition concept. Concept. That's where it applies. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you for your point. Thank you for not seeing me. Mr. Dixon, Samekola Wale, good evening to you. We not hear your voice. If you want to speak,
Good
just on your
evening.
microphone. Who agree with Gloria? Who disagree? Who agree?
I
Who
think I
disagree?
agreed. I agreed with her. Hello?
Okay.
Yeah,
We are
I
with
agree
you.
with
We
her
can hear you.
because I think in the normal sense, we should respect one another in every sense. So if the other partner desires to have sex and the wife or the husband says no at that moment, which is not a kind of reoccurring stuff that could cause issue in the family. I think uh, the husband or the wife should also respect the partner's wish at that moment. It's a very good thing that will help the family to understand one another. If they are able to understand one another from the beginning, it's very key for them to continue that way. But in a situation where probably the wife is always denying the husband, can become a very big issue. You know that that uh, the the husband might go ahead to do stuff like that. But from my own perspective, I will still say it is still not the way forward. There's still other things that the husband or the wife could do to control the situation. So that's my point. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samuel Kolawole. In a situation whereby, okay, Mr. Dixon, hold on. I know you want to talk, but I want to put it on this hotspot right now. I want to create another scenario. In a situation whereby the man, the man, let's say, okay, let me use the word we are hard on here. The man loves sex so much, like it's food to him, to the man, every day, every day, every day, every day. You know, the woman like, okay, I'm tired today. Maybe we had one yesterday. Let's rest today. Okay, the man says, okay, let's rest. The next day, the man comes again. This man loves sex and it's something that he can do every day. When he wakes him up every time he gets he's ready. But in a situation whereby the woman doesn't like too much, how can the man goes about it? And please, not just it's vice versa. I'm just using man right now. Mrs. Lawyer says something that she has not seen the case whereby the woman raped the man. I'm telling you, there's a lot of cases like that too. Some women are like they love sex and the man just one off and he's gone. So how are we going to settle that case right now? Mr. Dixon, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. In my own opinion, I know there are certain men that are annoying, and this kind of men would, in the first place, why should your wife say no to you when if you were actually going to have sex before the end of the day or in the morning or any time? If you're a man, I mean a smart man, you would have given all the best of the signals. Your wife would know, even if it's your wife, you two, you and the wife, both of you will know that okay, something is going down in the morning or in the evening. So that's for example. But some men are annoying. They just want to come like giddy giddy, and the women can become so angry and push them off. So things like that can happen. That's one thing. And on the other side, the second scenario that Black Moses gave, that one will weaken me because yeah, when you have a man that loves this kind of having sex all the time with the wife, I think the wife can play the smart woman because the women are very smart. In fact, smarter than the men because they have two sides of their brain actively working. So just get the right diet to reduce his libido, and I tell you, all the urge will just go down.
What do you mean diet or reduce what? Brother,
Yes,
you are
I'm
not in
just
our
saying.
league again. You are not in our league. I will off your microphone. Continue.
Yeah, I mean,
Is there a diet that reduce that?
yeah, there is diet to boost your libido, and of course, the word is back and forth, word and opposite. So there are diets that boost men's libido, women's libido, and certainly there are others that will, just reduce the urge. So it's
Hmm.
all in the diet, in the food, and the woman is there in the kitchen. That's it.
Hmm.
Thank you, Black Moses.
I'm hearing things this night. My ear is paining me. Okay, oh, thank you, everybody. Oh, who wants to go next on that topic? Mrs. Bukola, you've not said anything on that topic. Don't dodge you. On your microphone. Say something. Say something. Can the husband rape his wife? Can the wife rape the husband? Yes, I'm supporting. I think the wife can rape the husband. Yes, I think the wife can rape the husband. Pastor Samson, do you have anything to say on that? Or I should not call emoji on this topic?
Well, I think Mr. Dixon has really has really nailed it. He said quite a lot. What baffles me is that at times is those we call the nymphomaniac. Those who really love sex so much that at any point in time they just want it. He said something that I'm just hearing for the first time, that there is a kind of diet that can reduce the libido. I think I'm hearing it for the first time.
This is
I
just a
know I
year.
Me too. Oh.
I know,
Me too.
I know
Oh.
we know we have the kind of diet that increases one's libido, but I haven't heard of that, the one that reduces. So I think we will need him to come and give us a special class on that, so we can begin to advise people, because I have so many men like that they will tell you, a pastor, I cannot stay a week without, having my wife, I mean, like 3 or 4 times. And what I always tell them is, Oga, you can't kill this. You need to understand this woman. This woman.
Pastor Samson, I don't mean to cut you short, but I just give you this. It's funny actually, but it's true. See, it costs more. It costs more to get the diet, the foods that actually increase your libido, but it is way cheap, very very cheap to get those things that will kill the libido. I'm telling you,
Really,
and I'll give you one.
really,
Yes, I'll
and
give you
does it
one very big example.
doesn't have any side
I'll give you one
effect?
very big example right now. No, no side
Oh,
effect.
it
It's
doesn't have
just,
side
you
effect.
just, yeah, no side.
Natural.
Even those who take, yeah, natural. There are some people that are giving the overdose. I have my brother in the military, and also those who goes to the prison. They are given this kind of food. The men in the prison and those men who goes to war, the armies, they give them this kind of medications, and stay 1 year, stay 2 years. I tell you, they don't have the urge at all. Yes. So you just take
The
the
honey,
no, you just
the
take
honey
the
will be
regular dose.
injection now. We are talking of diet, food.
Yeah, I'm talking about diet, medication, injection. It's all there. What is food and medication? I mean, it's the same thing. But then there are
We don't want
foods.
injection.
Diet.
We just want food diet.
No, no, not needle, not needle. Of course, you cannot give your husband drugs. He will suspect you. I mean, food. You just prepare the what's it called, the recipes, and you know, is it?
Okay, okay, I got a message. Okay,
Okay, sorry. Let me just quickly conclude as what I
okay,
was.
continue. Before I go back to Mr. Dixie, he has not given us any food diet, anything.
Yeah, no, he's still going to tell us the diet. He's still going to give us the
Yeah,
full diet. What I want to contribute here is that if a man forcefully, make love to the wife, or a woman should, that is a rape, because it should be a consensual thing. I mean, both of you should consent to it. And like Mr. Dixon said, there should be a build up to it. The man should be smart enough to know the kind of woman he is married to. Then, if it means for you to romance this woman, as in to bring her to the mood, then you go ahead and do that. You don't just come and tell her, Madam, we are asleep, and no, 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 now. I mean, I mean, don't allow somebody from the outside to come and teach you how to do. It's your wife. She's your wife. The body belongs to you. Your own body belongs to her. So you both should learn how to romantically go into the mood, and enjoy yourself. Sex should not be endured, but it should be enjoyed. So don't, when your wife is not ready, not force her and say, oh yeah, no, you don't force her. And not when the man is not also ready, you say, oh yeah, yeah, no, no, don't force him. There should be a build up to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You people are speaking too much grammar this night, and we just have 10 more minutes. Mr. Dixon, we are coming to you now. You go end today's session without libido and food. This one, you are speaking too much grammar. This is Nigeria. Let's create a lot of scenario. You guys have been saying that a man or the woman should create a scene because they want to have sex at night. So you should start giving signs, making something romantic. A man that has gone to office in Lagos, people that are in Lagos, so you are on the island, you are still going to Ikorodu, you are inside traffic. You know, how do you want to be giving the sign from the office? Oh Lord.
Uh,
But you know when you get home is what you want to do, is your food you want to eat. And you're saying you should now
w-
be, and the woman too
well,
want to.
Black Moses, I think let me just give 1 minute. For the aspect that Pastor Samson just said is the truth. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, people like to say if you're going to go down with your wife in the evening, you have to start giving signals in the morning. Well, I don't know how that works, but
I
within
don't
an
know too.
hour, I mean, within 30 minutes, you can bring your wife to the mood. Like if you have understand one another so well, it's so easy to drive her into. Okay, what about those people that, okay, you said you want us to create local scenario, Abby? So now I'll give you one scenario. What about those guys in Oja Obam in Akure, at the central market, who says, how was this way they used to up their medicines in the kitchen, Dabu, in the toilet, Dabu? Do you get it? So yeah, I mean, it's telling you that how fast you can actually get your woman or your man to get one another ready for that enjoyment. But then it depends on how you have understand yourself. Now imagine a man. Now I don't want to use foul words because I don't like people to be unwise, and I think the opposite of unwise is stupid. So now you have this kind of men that does not even understand the woman they have at home, and whether the woman is angry or not, they don't even know tune with the mood. They don't tune with the woman, and all they just want to come is she a horse, or you are going to definitely get a reaction. But when you're being the good man around, I tell you, it doesn't take a day before you bring your wife to bed. It's just the truth.
Okay, thank you. All are said and done. What are the food? We want to hear the diet that increase and decrease. Mr. Dixon, don't run away from this question. Pastor Samson is with me on this
Uh,
question. Madam Gloria is with me
I
on
am
this
I,
question too.
I don't know. I
I
don't
am
know
not a
any food.
nutritionist.
Mr.
Me that
will
just
bail,
said,
Mr. Dixon will
let
bail
people
us
that
out.
let them
I
to
don't
tell
know
us. So
anything.
I don't know. Me that I want to learn. No, I want to hear. Oh, it's very important.
Okay.
I have my pen and
I am
paper
not a
with me because
nutritionist, and why I've said that is because I have personally experienced it. It's just the truth. Do you get? It's just like if you know this food that is called whey protein. They use it for those the bodybuilders. From these diet sellers, you find this one in particular that I'm talking about is from the Philippines. Like yeah, from I got it through a network of people in Philippines in those times. So it's just like this forever living product. So this kind of products are being sold on network, basis. And as for me, I cannot tell you that you should go and eat banana to reduce your libido. No, maybe banana and granola to boost your hormones to improve your libido, but for whatever food it will be, for sure I cannot say because I don't know. But I can buy the ready-made product if I want, and I don't have access to it right now.
Okay, thank you. You are a politician. Thank you. That is how politicians answer questions. So we understand. They will not go direct. They will just dribble you over the place. But someone sent us and said sugar can actually reduce. Everybody got that. Said sugar is one of the foods that decreases libido.
Yeah, I saw the
Said
sugar, but
one of the food. I don't know. I think
sugar destroys the cell. Actually, not the libido alone, and it does not reduce. The side effect of sugar is not good. Honestly, it leads to more complicated health issues for men. So it's not recommended. I mean, per se, because it does
the
not
thing
affect only the
is,
sex organ. It affects the entire spinal cord, even down to your anus, and the side effect of sugar is not good.
let's give ourselves some assignment. Let's go on Google and come back next week with the food, normal direct food that increases and decreases, so that we can learn. Because someone that's selling the sugar, I think, yeah, it's just said it's one of the foods. So I think we should have that assignment. In less than 5 minutes, we'll be going off. So the last question for today, I don't think we'll be able to answer it, but we can just have 30 seconds on that question. Someone says, a woman sent me this question. This He said the vibe is no longer there after 2 years of marriage. In fact, she specifically spelled it out for me. The vibe is no longer there after 2 years of marriage. What can I do? What can I do? And just 2 years, not five, not seven, not eight, just 2 years. And I'm like, wow. In my own days, that was when I started enjoying my marriage self. Because the first 2 years, we always said to quarrel, sorry, 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 sorry. Because after that 2 years, we now get to know each other better, don't and do's. So I think for this person saying the vibe is no longer there, I don't know how I'm going to advise the woman, and so that's why I'm bringing the question. I think we should have 30 seconds to talk around on this topic. Then we start proper from there next week Sunday. Anybody that want to go next?
Well,
Pastor Samson. Okay.
let me say so. I think this lady you're talking about, she had high hope, and there was a whole lot of
Hmm.
expectation. So things that she thought she was going to get in the marriage, and on getting in, she felt those things would begin to come as in speedily, not knowing that there is something called patience. Once you're going into a new home, coming from a different background to a new home, you need to begin to learn, some things, as in some things that will begin to make things happen. Maybe she's not the patient type, and the high hope that she has and the high expectation she has, she's not getting it at that point, and she doesn't want to endure. Then that's the reason why she's pulling out. Man, she's a loser. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you so much. 30 seconds. All right. Anybody that wants to go next? We have 2 more minutes to round up 15. 30 seconds. He said, I hope she need to be patient. I don't put that on down. So I'm going to text it to that person. She can't join us this night. Maybe next week she'll be able to join us, but I will text her that. Said the vibe is no longer there. Anybody that wants to go next? Okay.
I
This
think
is
I think more of patience. Yes, I
patience.
think the patient thing is very critical. I mean, we don't know the root cause of her not having that vibes. I don't know. We can't say. She was not very explicit. What is the cause of not having vibe for her to enjoy her marriage? But whatever the case may be, she needs to be more patient. 2 years is too small for her to want to pack up and then leave.
She's not.
That's my own opinion, anyways.
Okay. We explain next. We explain better.
Okay.
I would like
I don't know.
I would
That's why
like
I say
to add
I
that.
couldn't advise her because my own peer. Okay, go ahead, ma.
Can you hear me?
Someone is
I would just
talking.
like to add that she
Yeah, we
should,
can hear you.
Yeah,
yeah,
I can hear you.
I would just like to add that she should try as much as possible to reassess her life in the last 2 years. Let her do a personal assessment and see how far she lived. Whether she could even actually be the problem of the marriage. So she should do an assessment and a reassessment and then try to get back.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma. 30 seconds. Your network is going off and on. Okay, Mrs. Blair says something. Something. Mr. Dixon, a word of good night to us. On that note,
Okay, so uh, I just say good night, honestly, because the vibe, what she's expecting about the vibe, I don't know. People just want to vibe at all times, but the world is seldom natural. So she should learn to remain calm at all times instead of looking for vibes. So it's my advice.
thank you so much. All right, who wants to
Okay,
go? Okay,
Samuel, this,
okay, Samuel, call out.
all right.
Let's have your voice.
I, on the issue of marriage, I think one needs to know both ends. We don't really know the full story behind a vibe. So I think it's to give advice to a kind of family like that, we need to be able to like know at least basically what's really going on. It may be her fault, it may be the husband's fault. If we just dish out advice like that, she could just take it as a whole and work on it, which might not be the situation. So I think it's very good for us to get to know, mostly when we have real life situation there.
Okay, real life
Yeah.
situation. So thank you, everybody. On this note, I will just let me just say thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking. I appreciate your time. I appreciate everybody for joining us this night to make it a memorable. I put everything down, the high of the patients and everything. Please do send any question or any of your friend that wants to join us next week. Let's have them. If you have any question for your friend and they can't join us, please send in the question. Don't mind me all this argument I'm making. No be me get them. Na question they send though. So I have to argue so that I will know how to give them the right answers. So these are real people. These are real people. But they should remain anonymous. Two of them deliberately not join today's meeting because they can't trust me because they know I can blow their cable. So they say Black Holes just go ahead with the question. But they are watching on the WhatsApp platform. Everybody DM. So thank you so much, Mrs. Bukola. Mrs. Gloria, thank you so much. We appreciate you, our first timer. Samuel Kolawole, Pastor Samson, Mr. Dixon, thank you so much. Mrs. Bukola, thank you. We know network is messing up tonight, and Mr. David too. Network is not really helping us tonight, but hopefully next week network will be our friend. And hopefully maybe they will open the lockdown. So maybe they will open the network too. Thank you, everybody. God bless us. Thank you. I'm
Good
signing out.
night.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Dr. Thompson.